Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and I am sneaking in a little bonus video here for you all about this ColourPop and the Muppets collection. That way I can try to get this out for you ahead of the launch. We're cutting it kind of close right now because I am recording this very, very early in the morning on Thursday, November 17th, and this collection launches today, the day I'm posting this video, Thursday the 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you check your time zones. Google will catch you up if you're not sure what time that is where you live. And I know I still owe you a catching up with ColourPop. They have released a couple other things that I haven't had the chance to talk about yet, namely their ColourPop for Target collection. They also did a collab with Mariale, and they did their little tonal monochromatic collection that is on the wings of the Just a Tint hair colors. So I know we have a lot of stuff to catch up on, but I was really excited about this little Muppets holidays collection. And I know a lot of you are too, so I wanted to just sneak in an extra little video here and show you some swatches, just a couple of comparisons, and give you the close-ups and the pricing and all of the scoop on this collection. You should be able to use coupon codes on this entire collection. I have an affiliate code. It's just my first name, Amanda, and it will save you 10% on this and most things on the ColourPop site. So if you choose to support the channel in that way, I genuinely really appreciate it. A few more tidbits about this collection. It will ship globally except for to Venezuela. Certainly this is just a licensing issue, so my apologies to my Venezuelan friends, but otherwise this whole collection is supposed to ship worldwide. There will be a full collection set for $99. Please do not shoot the messenger. Sometimes they give us prices and then the prices once the products actually go live is different. So I'm sorry, I'm just giving you the best info I have. I do believe there will be some character set bundles. So all three of the Miss Piggy items, that's the glitter, her Super Shock, and her glowing lip, should get a Miss Piggy bundle for $25. And then Fozzie and Animal both have a Super Shock and a glowing lip. So they will have Fozzie and Animal bundles for $15 each. And now I want to just jump straight into these products. I'm going to show you a lot of close-ups, and I'm going to give you as much info as I possibly can. First, starting with the Glitterally Obsessed Body Glitter. This is, of course, Miss Piggy themed. It's called Who Moi, and I just want to remind you that these glitter gels are not meant to be used on the eye. These are meant for the body, the hair. You could even put them on your face. Just please be careful with glitter near your eyeballs. When you take the lid off, you'll see a little stopper here, and it has a sticker that says, "Keep me to lock the magic in." Make sure you hang on to that. It will keep your glitter gel nice and jelly for much longer than if you got rid of it. As with all things Miss Piggy, this is very pink, very extra, and this Glitterally Obsessed will be retail priced for $10. There's special packaging on all of these products, not just the outer cartons, but the components themselves all have themed packaging. They really went the extra mile for this Muppets collection, and I think it's super cute. Next up, we have some glowing lips. I believe these will be $9 a piece, or you can get all four for $32. For these lip products, the colors are pretty basic, but honestly, that's kind of what I expect for a collection like this. And I think that they're gonna appeal to a lot of people. In a lot of ways, these little themed components are more exciting than the actual shades themselves. I mean, if you're a makeup lover, you probably already have these colors, but I don't think that really matters for this one. They're supposed to be cute, but they're also supposed to be wearable. So if you're spending $9 on a shade, you know, you're actually probably gonna like wearing it. So I don't really mind that at all. Plus, I love the glowing lips. We have a lot of my favorite formulas in this collection because we also have Super Shock shadows. So yeah, these are kind of basic, but at least they're bright. I think they're going to look good on a lot of different people, different skin tones, different styles. And overall, I think these are a smart choice. I think a lot of people are going to actually want to wear these colors. So I don't mind a more basic lip, especially with a collection like this. Now, let's talk about the Super Shock shadows. I love Super Shocks. We have 4 different shades. You can get these for $9 a piece or the set of 4 for $32. They have this really cute holiday packaging, and then each shadow is really tailored to a different character. I'm glad that they went a little bit more out of the box with some of these Super Shock colors versus the more safe, more basic approach to the lip colors, especially this last one I'm going to show you, the Kermit one. I love this. This is such a pretty shade. I actually really like all of these Super Shock shadows, but the Kermit shade is by far my favorite. Now I'm going to show you just some quick swatches on my arm. I will say that ColourPop has 3 of the 4 labeled as ultra glitters. Just the shade Yay, the Kermit one, is an ultra metallic. I don't really know what these labels mean anymore. I don't really think they do mean anything, but that's just a little tidbit for you. Now let's jump into the pressed powder palette. This is a 16 pan palette and it will be retail priced at $26 US. Just FYI, the shadow pans in here are the larger pan size. I know a lot of people like to know that in case you want to swap things around. So these are the 26 millimeter size round pans, and of course most all ColourPop palettes have magnetic pans, so you can switch them around. We do only have one eye safety warning in here. It's the shade Be Cool, which when you see inside, it's like a really bright corally color. So that is likely due to some pigments in there that may cause staining or irritation. I always recommend that you just patch test anything that has an eye safety warning. And there are some of their new glitter formula in here. I don't really know what the deal is with the new glitters. They're not marked as not eye safe anymore. They do have much smaller particles, so I'm not sure if there's been an ingredient change as well as a consistency change. A couple of folks have asked me. I genuinely don't know. I don't have any like trade secret info about that. But I always like to err on the side of caution when it comes to eye safety, so just use these carefully if you decide to use these glittery shades on your eyes. There's no mirror in this palette, and I think you can kind of tell they're laid out in these columns of colors. So we have an orangey coral, and then the next one is like half neutral, half blue, and then we have a green column and a pinky berry column. I like this layout a lot. I find it very visually pleasing, and I do think that it makes a more colorful palette like this easier for a lot of customers to actually make use of. I'm going to show you some swatches now. We have finger swatches on top, brush swatches below. This palette has 5 true mattes, 2 mattes with glitter, 3 of their glittery new glitter formula shades, and then the rest are just straight up metallic shimmers. I'm happy to report that the formula seems pretty great on this one. I haven't had my hands on it for too long, but definitely compared to the first swatches from the Enchanted collection, which I recently reviewed, these are way above and beyond the performance of those. I was not really pleased with the performance of the Enchanted palettes, and this one seems really consistent, and all the shades seem to be pretty high performing. So I'm very happy to report that to you. The neon green mattes are the only ones that are a little bit lackluster, but I kind of expect that from a neon, and overall I think these all seem pretty great and pretty consistent. Now we're going to do just a few comparisons with this Muppets palette. I don't have a lot of palettes to compare it to, but the ones that I do include here I think are pretty darn good comparisons. First up is this Bon Voyage palette. This is their BT21 collection from earlier this year. And while these aren't exactly the same in some places, there's definitely a very similar color story, a similar vibe happening here. So I think you can really achieve a lot of similar looks, especially if you have one of the other palettes. For example, this So Jaded palette. I really think that if you have So Jaded and Bon Voyage, then you have pretty much these colors covered. So Jaded is a little bit more, go figure, a little bit more jewel toned, but a lot of overlap as well. And you can see the color story is still playing out similarly. I can actually see this Muppets Holidays palette being a great companion to So Jaded to brighten it up a little bit. Now, speaking of jewel tones, we have the Play It Jewel palette, which is ironically lacking some of the jewel tones from the Holidays palette. Namely, just that dark blue is what's catching my eye. But overall, you know, we have a lot of the shimmers looking the same, especially on the front and back ends of these swatches. Now, for a palette like this Muppets one, I don't necessarily think the comparisons are the be-all, end-all, because I feel like there's such a huge nostalgia factor as far as the packaging goes, and they really did a great job designing this collection. So, you know, maybe at the end of the day, even if you already have these colors, you still want to add some of these pieces into your collection. And this is a judgment-free zone, okay? We've had a hard couple of years, and if a Muppets palette is what's going to bring you joy this season, then I am the last person to judge you. I think a lot of these pieces would make a great gift for a makeup lover or for somebody who is feeling very drawn towards the nostalgia of this collection. I think they did a good job appealing to nostalgia while also making this friendly for several different generations. The packaging is super cute. I like the colors that they chose. Again, they did a good job of bridging the gap between some neutral options that a non-color lover might feel a little bit more comfy with, but also bringing some of that brightness, some of that vibrancy that I like to see out of a cartoon collaboration. My personal favorites from this collection are the Kermit Super Shock Shadow. A couple of the glowing lips are really cute. I see myself wearing all of the colors really, but especially Warm Up Guy and Picture of Joy. And lastly, I do really like the eyeshadow palette. I'm happy to see this different glitter going forward that I think will still satisfy the glitter lovers, but maybe isn't quite as much of a pain in the cornea, if you know what I mean. So I like the palette. I would say I still prefer the Super Shock shadows. But overall, I really don't think you can go wrong with any of these products. This is a cute collection. I feel like it's well done. It's well curated. It's not so big and overwhelming that it feels like way too much. So I'm really a fan of this. I wasn't sure if I was going to be or not because this doesn't have as much of a nostalgia factor for me as some of their other collections have. But I really feel like they knocked this one out of the park. The more I use it, the more I swatch it, the more I look at it, the more I like it. So I'd love to hear what you think about this collection. Is this on your wish list? Is this going in your cart? Which pieces are your favorites? I always love to hear what you think about things too. So make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! And also don't forget I love your face. Okay, bye!